ladies. Welcome to what episode is this? 40? Episode 40 of season 4.
Is it 40 already?
Yeah. That last episode 39.
Ooh.
Welcome to episode 40. We're in season 4. This is the second episode of season 4. We have everybody in the studio today. Hey Tasha.
Hey Bina. Hey Sonya. Hey. Oh, sorry. Had a moment.
What you been up to, Tasha May?
Doing stuff.
Like,
You know, I just been moving and grooving, popping and stopping in,
shaking and baking.
all of that good stuff. Chilling and thrilling. Killing the game. Getting ready for my birthday. You know.
You went out getting ready for your what?
Obama birthday.
Oh yeah, it's our Obama year.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But yeah, good. How y'all?
I'm good. Next month, me and Tanya going to Jamaica.
Hey. Yes.
I mean,
Next month.
I'm going if my passport get I get back in time.
What? Well, this to your birthday, right?
It's for Tanya's birthday.
Yeah. But what happened to my invite?
Tanya,
Wait.
why she going?
Oh my gosh! Come back, Tanya. We got to deal with. It's all good. It's all good. Oh man.
You still going on that cruise?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
And we is gonna have fun.
Yep.
I'm saying we.
Make sure you let somebody know who, when, and where, so we can be paying attention to your comings and goings. So
Absolutely.
radars and alerts can be made if necessary.
Absolutely. I got the Wi-Fi package.
Oh, Wi-Fi package. These people always get our money.
Yes. I got the drink package too.
I'm gonna say, I know you got the drink package. Bye. Drink all my drinks when me and Lamar went on that cruise. He drank my drinks for me.
Look.
Because you get like 18, 20, what you get like 18, 20 a day?
Hey.
Yeah, I think it's between 18 or 15 and 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I barely get 2 down in a night, so.
And they don't let them roll over.
They ain't gonna need to roll over. I ain't gonna drink that much. Well, I mean, I'm a drink. I wish I should have went. You know what? I'm feeling like I love Jamaica, y'all. So I think I need to book me a trip. I do love me some Jamaica. So Bina. Why are you looking like that? No, I was just saying I just love me some Jamaica. So Dr. TJ.
Yes, ma'am.
Otherwise, how you doing?
I'm okay. I was just sharing with you earlier that certain things should not be done after a certain age.
Oh.
Point blank period.
Okay.
I don't care what nobody say. You just need to, your time has come and passed and gone. And you just need to deal with that.
And what are we talking about?
Girl, I'm just talking about in general. Like getting things done after a certain time frame might not be the wise thing to do. So that's where I'm at with it.
Oh man, but you know what? I think because we know that it's done quite often. I think there is something to be said about the aftercare is the part that is, the decision to do it, it's a crucial decision. It's a very important decision, but I think making sure that you're going to have the adequate resources post that event, then that's the part that kind of, because you are not aware that you're not a spring chicken anymore.
Right.
So the healing time is going to be longer, the downtime. All right. I think if there was an easier way, foolproof, I probably would, but I don't know. I don't know.
Lot.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
like you're saying, you need funds after the procedure. You got the monies to pay for the procedure, then you need the other things after that. Mm-hmm. And you need people in place that can help you because you don't heal the same.
Right.
You don't move the same. You don't digest stuff the same. You just don't do anything the same. And in your mind, you're like, oh, I got this.
I got this. I can do this.
Mm-hmm. I can do this. And your body said, no, you can't.
Right.
You 50 something. Yeah. Have 50 something seats. Yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Okay. All right. Well, if you need anything, let the people know.
I sure will.
Okay. All right then. Miss Bina.
Ma'am.
What is we talking about today?
What I want to talk about.
Okay.
That I saw on Instagram, of course.
Okay.
Tanya want to talk about what?
The glass ceiling.
The glass ceiling. Apparently she wrote a book. So it looks like she's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Because it says she became addicted to sex at 8 years old. She was gang raped by her brothers, by three brothers that took her virginity. Then she found out her husband was sleeping with her father, and that's the same husband that gave her HIV.
That's heavy.
Jesus.
That's heavy. How do you become addicted to sex at 8 years old?
Oh, this is my issue too, because they have this research or these articles stating that children are sexually hypervigilant at a young age, right? So they're saying that they touch themselves, they play with themselves, these babies are coming on their cycles early. So is that hormonal? Is that something that we can stop? Is there a shot they can get? Is there a pill they can take? Because, of course, they say the food that they're eating is speeding up their clock. So not
speeding up what clock?
Speeding up their body image. or
That would make sense
the
though,
sexual, right?
because don't they give that type of stuff to animals to make them mature faster so that they can, I don't want to say harvest them, but
Yeah, this is why I'm not eating meat. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So my cousin's daughter is 6, 7 years old, and she's growing really, really fast, right?
Mhm.
Hair underneath her armpits, hair in her other areas at 6, 7 years old. So she is worried that her cycle is about to start. Takes her to the doctor. She asks him all these different questions. Doctor, can this happen? The doctor says, yeah, it can, but we can give you something to slow up her hormonal chart or her growth. So she thought about it. She researched it. She didn't want to do that.
Because what would they gonna give her?
She
The
was going
male
to take a shot
hormone?
every day. So
The male hormone?
she was going to take a shot every day.
Was it the male hormone?
They didn't say what it was. She didn't tell me what it was. But they will have to give the baby a shot every day, kind of slow her up from coming on her cycle. And she only 6 or 7 years old. And she's wearing a size 14 girl. Yeah, that part. So her mother said no. My grandbaby started her cycle and she was 9. And I was truly upset.
Right.
Truly.
Because mentally they're not even there.
They're not even there.
They
Right.
just came out of diapers. Whew.
That part.
Little girls ain't just started coming on their cycle that early though. My cousin came on her cycle at 9.
In your grandniece. But the thing is now they can do something. They said they can do something, but I don't know if I need you to do that. Because then what would it do?
That's not something you want to do, because if you think that the food that they're eating is causing them to be hormonally progressed, then why would you want to? Because what they're gonna do is, like Tasha said, get them some type of hormone to stop them from coming on their cycle faster or progressing faster or whatever, and it's probably gonna be testosterone. What else are they gonna give them?
That's they gonna give her, right? So her mother said no.
So it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that the food is not making our children grow faster, because kids are way bigger and more developed than we were at that age. It's more than likely true, because like Tasha said, they pump this food with all of these, GMO or whatever to get it to grow faster so they can put it out on the market faster, and our children are eating it, and that is true. But at the same time, children been coming on their cycles at 9.
Her
Then
baby. Okay, I got 9, but not no 6 or 7. That's the scary part. I'm scared of that.
I think that's I don't know if that's the norm or the exception.
That's the scary part. We don't know if that's the norm or the exception.
If it's gonna become the norm.
Oh my gosh. Right.
I would also say that, I mean, because the question, the initial from the video for me was, how do you become addicted to sex at the age of 8? So if we are considering what Tanya just brought up, and also I think that children are definitely way more exposed to sexual content, drawing that curiosity way more than we were, 35 years ago. But America in and of itself over sexualizes every damn thing. So I guess I can see where a child would be exposed to, but sex, when you say addicted to sex, I'm thinking addicted to the act of, physical intercourse. And for me, at the age of 8, I'm hoping that addiction didn't start with an adult, because
She literally said that her brothers raped her
brothers, yeah.
before that. So
Then-
she's addicted to that feeling. She's addicted to that because she was exposed to it so early. She thinks that's normal
Right.
at 8 years old. So I don't know if it's an addiction more so that she thinks it's a normality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she probably would think that she was addicted to it at 8, but it was a normalcy. You know what I'm saying? It was normal for her. It was something that she thought was something that normally happens to a child.
So that's why I was saying I unpacking addiction versus what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It makes more sense to me that because I can't see in how addiction works. I think that she used the wrong term, and I think that what you're saying makes more sense to me.
But do we know
We
that
don't
something
know.
is not an addiction? And
We don't.
until we know it's not an addiction, like we think that something is normal,
Mm-hmm.
or we think that something is an addiction because it's normal.
For us, yes.
Right.
So
Yes.
you said that too to a lot of children that were molested at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
They'll think that those things that happen, who did it, how they did it, when it was done, to them, if it's done, like you're saying, it don't have to be a elongated period of time. They think that's normal behavior.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think anything is wrong with that. And I would like to just say a lot about stars that have been put in the jail or in the paper about things that happened to them because it happened to them as a child. They grew up doing the same thing. Hurt people.
Yes.
So they kind of think that's the normal, way things should go. It doesn't make it right, but I'm just trying to get some clarity to it.
And that's how that predatory way comes to pass, because what was done to them was done to them in secret. And so they seek people who they can manipulate to not tell, and that's how it's the prey on kids, because you can manipulate a child not to say anything if they haven't been empowered to tell someone that this is happening to me and it's wrong, and I know it's wrong. My mama told me this 4 years ago, and mama, I'm getting touched, so it's just so, it hurts to know that happened and that it is happening, to anyone. But she said that, he thought giving me this would stop me, but, I'm okay. Now I'm curious to know how she has gotten through this. Like, what steps did she take? Does she have a therapist? What is helping her to get past this? Because, sometimes people say that they're past something and it's a facade.
Mm-hmm.
And how do I know? Hell, I've been there, so I can speak on that. But I would really like to know, has she really gotten the mental help that she needs to, actually feel all of the emotions that she needs to feel in order to truly heal?
I don't know how old this young lady is, but she looks like she's still very young.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think, like, it looks like to me that, like, she's like, I gotta have like this. So I had did this podcast with Coach G like a couple weeks ago, and I talked about how people feel like they have to have this toxic positivity. And it's like, you gotta be positive, you gotta be positive, you gotta be positive, you gotta be positive. And they never want to show or feel emotion. And that's a human, that shows that you're a human being.
Right.
You gotta feel emotion. You gotta feel anger. You gotta feel sorrow. You gotta feel hatred. I mean, you gotta feel that in order to be a human, in order to get through whatever it is that you're trying to get through. You gotta feel that. And if you don't let yourself feel that, you're never gonna get over whatever it is that you're trying to get through.
Yep.
So I'm not even sure. Like it's like I don't know. I'm just looking at the videos that she posts, but it just seemed like she's trying to, show that she's gotten past him and show that he can't hold her down and that type of stuff. But he may not be able to hold you down outwardly, but if he holding you down here, you know what I'm saying?
Because why are you doing all this? Why do you feel like you have to even publicize this?
Exactly.
Like if that's how I feel about when people say unbothered. Why do you have to project that you're unbothered? Just be unbothered. Just be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to announce that.
So that's what I was thinking. You know how people say, but like being a listed, all those things people say they're not.
Mm-hmm.
But are they really not?
Right.
Because if I'm not, like you're saying, sis, if I'm unbothered, you will know. Because I ain't saying nothing about it. I'm going about
right. Exactly.
I think a lot of things is gauged upon our maturity level in life.
True.
In incidents that have taken place in our lives. All of us have experienced something, mm-hmm. Right? I don't publicize it.
Right.
I don't need to because I'm working with this.
Right.
Exactly.
I got to fix this. I got to take care of this. I may talk to a couple, 2-3 people, but the rest of that stuff is on the wraps.
Right.
Now you wouldn't even know that unless I mention that.
Exactly.
I'm mentioning that for the likes. I'm mentioning that for the hearts. You know how they put the heart on everything. I don't need that. But it's the maturity level for me, I think. Because we mature. Our numbers are mature, right? Our lives are mature. So a lot of things we're not doing that for. But maybe because she is young, Bina said she looks young. Mm-hmm. She's doing that for the likes. Like, because at first I thought she did a interview. No, she's doing these comments underneath her own picture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little different for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we've all tapped into I don't want to say tapped in. I think we've probably broke that situation down.
Yeah, because it's like, so a couple weeks ago, I think I told both of y'all this story on a separate, but a couple weeks ago, I had went to my friend's funeral. Mm-hmm. He passed away suddenly, and him and his wife were separated. And he told me stuff, about him and her or whatever. And so at the funeral, she got up in front of everybody, and he was my best friend, and we were so close, and he was my best friend, and and everybody was just sitting there looking at her, and she went on and on and on so much that his mama had to get up and put her arm around her shoulder and make her come sit down. Now, if he was your best friend, you would not have to get up and say that, ma'am.
Child.
Whatever you are, you do not have to profess that to anyone. Because if you are that, whatever I am to this person, like ain't nobody gotta say Bina is Tasha BFF NSLP. Nobody gotta say that because everybody
knows.
Everybody already know I'm Tasha Tanya DNA. That's my sister. We blood related. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody already know that. Like I ain't gotta come up and say that to nobody. Unless we just met, unless, I don't know them. Mm-hmm. But you get up in front of people that love this person and they know him, they know you. They know how he felt about you. Mm-hmm. So you ain't got to get up there and say nothing.
Right.
And that's the same thing with the stuff that she doing. Like you pulling off in a Mercedes. Like, who cares? Like, do you think that man care that you pulling off in a Mercedes?
He don't.
What
he damn sure don't, because he didn't care enough that he was giving you a condition that you cannot get rid of.
Exactly.
So he don't care about what you're driving.
He didn't care when he was scoring your father.
That part. He don't care. He don't care about nobody but himself.
Nobody but himself. And so all of that boasting that you doing. He thought he was gonna hold you down. He don't care.
So he's still holding that space.
Exactly. He living rent free in your head.
Yeah.
I do think it's okay for her to write a book, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Oh yeah,
process.
absolutely.
That part, do some talk shows if you want.
That can be healing for her to
That
write
can help
book.
you, but you're not doing nothing for his benefit.
Mhm.
No,
Like
no.
I like the fact if she did write a book or if she was, doing some workshops, that's beneficial.
Yes, because her testimony can help other people, but this ain't about her testimony.
No, this is, I don't know, trying to make him feel some type of, okay. So like I got 3 ex-husbands, right? If I had to do things all the time and I'm showing them all the time, Ty's having a good time and Ty's having so much fun and she don't care about you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because I don't care what you think.
Right.
I don't care what's going on with you. I'm working over
Right.
here.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Like, why is she doing that? But I'm thinking, like we said a little earlier, it's her maturity level.
Mm-hmm.
It's a maturity level.
Yeah.
And like you said about the friend, the ex-wife got up because she ain't had no value to
Right.
it anymore. Her value had dissipated.
Mm-hmm.
So now she got to set up and say, oh, how she was valued, like our cousin did at her mama's funeral. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
That part.
I'm not fooling with y'all.
Cousin, sister, soror.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
was only there.
Oh man. Okay. All right. What we got now?
What we got next?
What we
Sister
got?
Tanya, Dr. Johnson.
Okay, so all of us have served in the military, right?
Mhm.
All of us carry degrees, certifications. We're smart people, right?
Mhm.
And when we step out of the military into the civilian aspect, there's this thing they call the glass ceiling.
Mm.
Now, I want people to understand that the glass ceiling exists in the military as well.
Mhm.
They just do it a little bit differently. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So glass ceiling is unofficially acknowledged barrier to achievement in profession, especially affecting women and members of the minority. And this is how they always play us. The first female to break through the glass ceiling in engineering or in open heart surgery. Why we got to break through a glass ceiling? She has that. She got that knowledge. She has that experience. She got the know-how. She made relationships. Why is there a glass ceiling, which I can't stand? Discriminatory barriers to prevent women from rising positions of power and order responsibility, advancing in higher positions within any organization. Right. So if we were in a sorority, we had men and women in the sorority, there would be a glass ceiling.
Mhm.
I don't care what you say. There's a
Mhm.
glass ceiling. So since I've been out, I worked mostly in maybe local government, never
Okay.
federal government, but always local government. And there's a level they'll let you get to.
Hmm.
Oh, you're doing such a good job. Oh, I love that project. Oh, that was outstanding. Oh, let's get Tanya a clap on the back. But there's a level that you're not going to let me get through. Now, my issue is, because y'all know me very well, is it my aptitude or my aptitude? It's my attitude. Because by the time I get to that glass ceiling, I'm pissed. Like by the time I get to these interviews I'm going on, these conferences I'm going to, I got a whole attitude because I still got to talk to dumb and dumber, the men folks. Because I know I'm smarter than them, right? I know I'm more innovative, more likable to a certain degree to get things done. Right. But you go through this thing and they invite you to the interview. You'll get a second interview, but you're not going to pass their glass ceiling because it's not mine. Because we didn't create it. The men created it.
Mhm.
Even though with equal pay to women, right? Even though with the amendment to allow us to vote, because it's an amendment, they can change it at any time. There's still that glass ceiling. How do we change that? We create our own ceilings. We go up and over and around, but that's extra work. Is that fair? No, it's not fair, but it's happening, people. So we need to either work together, come up with our own engineering problematic solving devices, which is we create our own organizations. But is our organization going to still be on the same level as their organization? because no matter what, there is the glass ceiling. I've been talking about that because I've been interviewing a lot, but I know they're not going to let me pass. So I got to go up and over and around to get to where I'm trying to get to. You can't stop me because that's the kind of chick I am. I ain't going to show you. I'm not going to tell you. It's just going to come up, and there she is. There she is. But we have to support each other. But how many of the women are supporting the women that's trying to break through the glass ceiling?
I was just about to say that.
Oh my God, they too busy trying to break through it themselves. So
Or they too busy trying to
keep you down.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more women keeping women from breaking through the glass ceiling than it is men sometimes.
And is. Okay, so to your point, Tanya, I definitely have seen where and especially Black women, what they do is they're fascinated by our quote unquote Black girl magic, right? To the point where what they do is they'll give us a seat at the table, right? And they want all of our innovative thoughts and methods and ideas to quote unquote, build up and grow. And you're going to be at the forefront of all of this. It's going to be your face, right? But once I've done that and made it work, look good, it's becoming, profitable for the organization. What's next for me? Was there ever a plan for me to get to the next level?
Right.
Am I here for your numbers? Am I here for you to just take what you know that I have to offer you? And then you're going to chew me up and spit me out because you no longer have a need for me? Like, I think what we really need to start asking and getting in writing is,
what's next? What's in it for me?
Exactly. What's the progression for me? If you're bringing me in as a director, what is the trajectory for me to get to the next level? What is that timeline? Do you see it happening? And if you do see it happening, you're hiring me as this to do this job with a plan for me to progress here in this certain amount of time. This is what I'm signing for. Because if it's not in writing, there's nothing to hold them to. There's nothing to hold them to. And I've seen it so many times. They let us in because we have the answers to a lot of things. And so we get in those places and we perform our so-called Black girl magic, and then nothing. And so what do? We get burnt out, we get stuck, we get aggravated, we get agitated. And now we have attitudes, and now they won't write us up on some policy that, we're no longer good for the organization, or, so-and-so had an issue and the way that we responded was not whatever they thought it should be. And so, yeah, there is a glass ceiling. But what's funny that you said that I am seeing with a certain situation is when the leaders are not males and they are women and they're doing the same thing. That's the part that is of utmost concern. Because it took probably a male to get you where you are. But why would you not help another woman that you really know is deserving of that next step? But yet you're going to try and do what you got to do to make sure that they don't, I guess, impose on your standing, your place. So how do we get around that? Like, How do we get around it?
It depends on, like you said, who's holding it down. So like you said, if it's women, it's a collaboration of women and men. Sometimes you gotta go up and over. Sometimes you literally have to go up and over, or you can sue. Discriminatory practice is prohibited by the Title 7 of the Civil Rights Act. Now, it is prohibited. How do we prove it? They do a lot of things to cover up that they're not doing it when they actually are. The Title 5 prohibits discrimination based on sex. Sex discrimination is basing employment decisions and practices on an employee's gender, whether male or female. But since we have these different genders now, they may not say that anymore. So everything is contemporary. Like you said, we gotta get one person, and we get two people that be good to be on the side of right. I'm not asking you to give me any unfair chance, right? I just need you to make the ball play fair. When I served in the Navy, I applied for the officer program 3 times. Every time I was stopped by men. Everybody that interviewed me was a man. And I told them one time, I said, do you have any Black women that's going to be on this interviewing panel? He said, what do you mean? I said, it needs to be people of my peers. You're not of my peer. So y'all already know I didn't pass that, right? Okay. That part. Absolutely. So when you call them on their stuff, you got to be able to call them on their stuff and you ain't embarrassing them. See, their issue is when you embarrass them, now they got to come at you for hard charge, and they got more power.
Always gonna have more power.
Right. So I had to figure out another way. My tone is not always, it's mostly curt, but my tone is right. But right don't mean nothing if you're not getting through the right people.
Facts.
Yeah, man. It's ugly.
I think one of the unique things about us as women is we will have all of the ingredients. And I'm saying that from the perspective of you're up and around. So if I have all the ins and outs of where I am right now, what would take that to the next level, and why I can't branch off and do it for myself?
I was just about to say that. Just do it yourself.
And I think that's where we get lost at.
I think we should be able to just punch them in their face. Honestly.
Girl, when I told that man what I told that man told me he didn't give a rat's ass if I ever made officer. I said, that's the problem that we have with the Navy full of people like you, old white men. So, as an E4, that meant I ain't gonna never make it. Okay, thank you. And he was a commander. Don't matter. That's what the Navy was full of.
Mm-hmm.
And like Absolutely. You said, certain areas that we can't go make our own. Our own is never ever going to be able to stand next or above them.
Right. Not that particular organization.
Yeah,
no way.
Not the Navy.
No.
My bad.
You ain't gonna win that. But I think that's the one area that we hesitate to move in, and that's it, and definitely getting better now. I think a lot of women are realizing that they no longer want to really operate in this corporate space, making somebody else money when they have all the key ingredients to do it on themselves, do it for themselves, and make it work for them.
Yep.
Bringing us back to what we really should be doing, and that is finding a trade or skill that we can manage and do for ourselves. I mean, I think now the government they have put their foot in so many different areas that they shouldn't even be occupying space in, but I won't get into that right now. But definitely, I think that's one of those things that we as women, especially Black women, need to stop being afraid to do, and that's entrepreneurship. You give yourself more time, stack what you need to stack where you at, so that you can
do both at the same time.
Yeah,
9 to 5, and get your business off the ground.
They got grant money out there for those Black women. They
They
could
do.
serve us.
They do. And I think, you know, you read it time and time again. And one of those, what is the silent, is a new phenomenon.
Oh, silent quitting.
Yes. But it's not really quitting. And in some spaces, it's basically doing the job that you've been paid to do and no more.
Right, and not doing,
Oh, yeah. That's me. That's where I'm at, y'all. Thank y'all for giving me a turn.
I saw that term, and of course, everybody knows that I don't work in corporate America anymore. But I saw that term, and I was like, "So you mean to tell me that they termed not going above and beyond what your job title entails silent quitting?"
Mm-hmm.
So that means that that's idiotic to me. So just because I'm doing my job as it says in a job description, you want to call it silent quitting? No, that means that I'm not going to let you use me and not pay me. If you want me to do more than what my job title says, you're going to give me some more money.
Well, what they're starting to do now is, make the job descriptions a little bit more vague. So they'll say stuff like, and additional assigned duties by the leader, like that's kind of like that catch-all. If I ask you to do something and you say you don't want to do it or you're not going to do it, then you're being insubordinate. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what that means.
You know what?
I don't understand that.
You know what to get us to, y'all? Is that because being you're your own boss, me and Natasha, we're working in these people freaking place. So when they do their yearly evaluation, that's how they get you.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "Oh, you've just done right above average, like right above average." They'll never let you get above average, even though you're doing all this extra stuff. And they'll be like, "Well, when did you do that? And how can you justify me giving you a higher marking?" Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm with Bina. No. You're not going to pay me to do nothing extra anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
If I was there and they were like additional duties as per the whoever's in charge as the supervisor, and they asked me to do something, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I don't remember you saying that was something that I needed to do. That's not. You didn't see that on my resume, did you? I don't know how to do that. Can you teach me? Because I really don't know how to do that. It's not on my resume.
I think
they move people around their chess. They're not even equipped enough to play chess. So they move people around a checkerboard. Baby. They move people around a checkerboard and they for their own benefit. So they can jump them, move them, king them, queen them, whatever they want to do to them at their leisure. At their leisure. So it doesn't matter all this work I got because I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm about to do? Get me another PhD and I'm gonna sit right here at this desk until it's finished. That's what I'm about to do. Then I'm gonna go ahead and retire because I ain't doing no more work. I'm not. So y'all just Lord have mercy.
I think a good place to be in is doing something because you absolutely want to do it. Not that you have to do it. And I think it's a good place for them to know that you're there. To know that this employee is here because they want to be here and they don't have to be here. And
I agree with that, sis. I work with vets.
Yes.
I'm gonna do anything and then some for a vet. So you're right. That is the only reason I'm still there is because it's for the veterans. And I can get up every day, come up with an innovative way to snatch AG's eye, throw it on somebody's flyer and put it right there so you can see that this is a program out here for our veterans. So anytime I get that opportunity, I do just that. Because I'm not doing anything else.
Right. And when you want to be somewhere that you don't have to be, it is I don't know, it's refreshing sometimes to know. I think sometimes that's the inner humor for me.
Yes.
When the BS starts to go or fly. Because I remember, being in different roles, and it's like, I don't have to be here and deal with this. And at any time, I could just walk away and y'all gonna be scrambling. Even though eventually I'll be replaced, it's gonna be heavy on some other people for a little bit.
Baby, because when I was working at that university and that lady got on my nerves.
Do you just want to say the name of the university?
No.
Okay. Okay.
And, I was on FMLA, so I could go home whenever I got ready if I didn't feel good or whatever. So I just stayed out for like 4 days. And when I came back, I sent my resignation. And I sent it to everybody. I sent it to all of the leaders of the university. Got her ass fired. Bitch, don't play with me. I ain't got to be here. I'm here because I want to be here. I like this job, but I don't like you.
Right.
I'm about to be out and you about to be out too. Don't play with me.
So that is definitely a different place, but yeah, it's a beautiful day.
It's definitely a different feeling when you go to work and somebody say something and be like, okay,
right.
All right, boo, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm about to go right on home.
I'm gonna take this day.
Right. I'm about to go on home for the rest of the day. I don't feel good.
Oh, you don't have no more PTO. It's okay. I can take unpaid time off.
Right.
I don't care. It's okay.
You work in HR, right?
Yes. I do. I actually like it. I really do. I like the I like assisting people. Y'all know that.
And you like making stuff, booklets and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely like procedures and organizational structure, and training, and
I know they love you.
It's been because I get to do the things that I like to do. I think that's probably the best part about it. I can be my curious, creative, organized self.
Be like, okay.
Right.
All right, boo, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm about to go right on home.
I'm gonna take this day.
Right. I'm about to go on home for the rest of the day. I don't feel good.
Oh, you don't have no more PTO. It's okay. I can take unpaid time off.
Right.
I don't care. It's okay.
You work in HR, right?
Yes. I do. I actually like it. I really do. I like the I like assisting people. Y'all know that.
And you like making stuff, booklets and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely like procedures and organizational structure, and training, and
I know they love you.
It's been because I get to do the things that I like to do. I think that's probably the best part about it. I can be my curious, creative, organized self.
Y'all need some remote IT people.
You know what? There is an organization that I could possibly put you in touch with.
Okay, we still on.
We are. We can cut where you want to cut because we've been talking a lot. But So where we going with this now?
You got anything you want to talk about, Tasha?
Me?
No, Tasha.
No. I think I've contributed quite a bit. I'm good.
Okay.
Not today. I think 2 topics is good.
Okay. Let's all right. How we gonna end?
This right around schedule, so
Yeah.
it's 1:30.
Okay. All right. All right, anomalies. We're thank you for joining us for episode 40 of the Anomalous Black Women Podcast. Thank you, Tasha May. Thank you, Dr. Tanya Johnson. Catch us on all of the podcasting platforms, especially Spotify for podcasters, formerly Anchor. And we're also on YouTube. Catch the video of us on YouTube. We're on all social media, Anomalous Black Women, and you can get all of our social media stuff in the box below. Thank you for thank you for joining us. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.